Dr. Djordje Stojanovic was born in Belgrade, Yugoslavia in 1929. His father, Mihailo Stojanovic, was a civil engineer, and his mother, Milica, was a professor of French language. Dr. Stojanovic attended Belgrade University and graduated with a degree of medicine in 1957. After graduation, he took 1 year training in emergency medicine. From 1957 to 1958, Dr. Stojanovic served in the army. He left Yugoslavia in 1959 and lived in Germany. Dr. Stojanovic immigrated to Canada in 1963 and started his surgical training at McGill University, Montreal. What's your life like in Belgrade?
Depends in what way. I had a reasonably comfortable life. I had a job. After finishing my compulsory duty, which I was supposed to do somewhere in the mountains of, that was northwestern Serbia. And following that, I came to Belgrade, and then I decided I wanted to leave. And I left, went to West Germany. There I have been trained in surgery, and following that, I decided I don't want to live in West Germany. I decided to go to Canada. I came to Montreal, spent 5 years there at the McGill University, then came to Windsor.
What did you do at Montreal?
In Montreal, I was again enrolled in a surgical training at the McGill University.
Tell us your life, how you... Sorry. Okay. You haven't spoke about the... Sure, sorry. We would like to know how was your education at the University of Belgrade?
I was so-called experimental generation, which had a 6 years medical school. There were only 2 generations, or 3 maybe maximum, who had 6 years, and then they returned back to 5 years program. I was involved in a 6 years program. It was a good education, like any other university. If you want to study, you can study and be good. If you don't want, doesn't matter, you can be at the Yale or Stanford. If you're not interested, you can graduate but be just average. And I think University of Belgrade is like any other university, nothing so special about that. It's a good, solid university.
So when did you graduate?
I graduated in 1957. Before that, I was in civil engineering, studying civil engineering before I went to medicine.
After graduating in 1957, before you came to Germany, what did you?
I had to serve 1 year in military, and it was as a conscript. Then I served in the mountains of Serbia, in the southwestern, around Užice, not southwestern, sorry, northwestern, around Užice, and then I served in Belgrade at the university for 1 year, and then I left for West Germany.
Okay. How was your life in the new country, Montreal?
I enjoyed it very much. I enjoyed Montreal enormously. I was working there. I learned a lot there. It is a good university, good teaching center, and we had a lot of friends there. We still have friends left there that we see from time to time when we go to Montreal.
Did you come to Canada with your family?
We didn't have children. My wife and myself came. We got married in Germany and came to Canada.
Why did you come to Windsor to practice?
That's a little bit. My in-laws came here first. They lived in Montreal, and in that time that was recession, and they couldn't get a job, so they came to Windsor to work, and they got a job. They got a job in Windsor, so we followed them, and I came to Windsor. I had some offers to go somewhere else, Vancouver, Calgary, and so on, but I don't know. I just wanted to be with my wife's family. Both of us wanted that.
Tell us, how was the practice in Windsor in the beginning of your career? Like
In
the
the begin-
patients?
Well, like any other beginning, you need time to develop the practice, to prove yourself that you're worth something, that the people start trusting you. And so gradually the practice has evolved and become bigger and bigger.
Were the patients paying the bills or the government?
At the beginning, there were two kinds. That was Windsor Medical, which was doctors-owned insurance company, which was paying for certain services, but not all services. And there were patients which did not have Windsor Medical, which paid out of their own pocket.
Did you have privileges to the hospitals?
Yes, I did. I did have privileges in all 4 hospitals in the city. And later I limited myself basically to the Windsor Western and Hotel Dieu Hospital.
Oh, tell us your experience as Chief of Surgery at IOD.
Well, I served for almost 10 years as a chief of surgery, the last 10 years, and it's gratifying seeing that you are able to influence the work of the hospital, to welcome new colleagues, to develop new services. And when you quit, as I did recently, you look back and it wasn't a wasted time, really. It was worth it.
Well, how do you keep up with the new technology in medicine?
By attending meetings, courses, reading, discussing.
I heard you published some articles in German language.
Yes, I did. That was published, what year was it? I think 1962 or 63 in Germany. I don't even remember anymore the title of the article. It was about some medication which was manufactured by Bayer. But I think it was in 1963. I don't know if I have any reprint at home. I would have to dig out for those old articles that I wrote.
What about the research you are doing right now?
Right now is here at the University of Windsor, and we are doing some work, experiments on animals and tissue cultures which are related to the cancer of the breast.
What are your involvement with the medical associations?
I'm a member of Canadian Medical Association, of Ontario Medical Association, Essex County Medical Association, Essex County Surgical Academy, Association of General Surgeons of Canada, Royal College of Canada. That's about all.
Did you serve as a board member or in the hospital?
Oh, in the hospital, yes. I served on the board of governors, and I was serving at the medical advisory committee and different committees of the hospital for about, I would say 20 years, 24 years.
And now tell us about your family.
My wife was born in the same city where I was. She came to Germany. She was studying German, and she came to prepare for her final exams. We got married. She never returned. We came to Canada. Our two boys, Michael and Robert, were born in Montreal. We moved to Windsor. Both of them started university in London at the Western Ontario. Robert graduated mechanical engineering there, and Michael is still studying dentistry now in Detroit, but he lives here at home and commutes.
Do you have brothers and sisters back home?
Yes, I have a brother who is older than me, 3 years older. He is an electrical engineer. He's retired. My sister is also retired. She was agent for Air France.
Thank you. From 1982 to 1992, Dr. Stojanovic was the chief of surgery at Windsor Western Hospital at IOD, and he also practices at 700 Tecumseh Road East. His wife, Mariana, was always involved in his practice and helped along with the office management. His son Robert is a mechanical engineer in New Jersey and moving to San Diego. Michael is now attending the University of Detroit to be a dentist, and both are unmarried.